The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to a new Bitcoin Daily Show every single day, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. Where it's gonna be, on the dollar or not. We do this because we gotta know what's happening in the altcoins. If Bitcoin goes up, altcoins goes up. If Bitcoin goes down, altcoins goes down. We gotta know whether we're gonna break down or break up. What's gonna happen for the rest of the day. Now we had some kind of hopium on some kind of inverse head and shoulders that I think kind of failed. There's still kind of hopium that might play out, but we are singing on the last note on that one, so we're gonna check that out. Besides that, it kind of looks like everything kind of looks like crap. All altcoins are sitting on some kind of bottom supports, so we're either gonna get a very nice rest of the week, or we're gonna have a very crappy week. It's gonna be either up or either down, and either way it's gonna be very volatile. So right now you can see on the chart that we are sitting on some kind of above some kind of 55.7 level. This on KuCoin chart, but on Binance or Coinbase it might be a little bit different, but it's in the ballpark area around 55.7. Now this yellow line that you're seeing here on the chart, it's very important not to break on the downside. We break that on the downside and we just might tumble towards the down. I'm extremely fearish. The mighty apefish. If you are extremely fear, are you overexposed? That's what I want to know. Extreme fear is caused by overexposure. 53% right now saying fear, 18% saying extreme fear. There is actually 11% saying extreme greed, so I don't know what they are doing. I think they're watching probably CoinSkid or somebody like that. But definitely almost 50% in fear and 22% in extreme fear on the poll right now. We're gonna let the poll run for a little while and come back to the poll, but right now I think people are thinking that this might drop on the downside. Nice double bottom for more short-term chart. Yeah, nice double bottom. So we also got the fear and green in the index is right now 33. So that might be some kind of buy the dip indicator. Of course, never saying never. You can see here down here at 33 right now. This is 23rd. This is right now where we are, 33, and you can see here if you look at the previous two dumps. This big dump over here, the being number one dump, this is the second dump, and if you go to the fear and green index, this is the number one dump and this is second dump. The previous one went all the way down to 10 several times and was keeping down here at very fearful levels for a long while, and then it pumped. So this went down to 10, fear and green is down to 10. This one went down to 20, so a previous dump went down to 20, fear and green before we pumped up. So 10 and 20 pretty low levels, and now we are at 30 levels. So whether this is gonna pump down to 20 or 10, we don't know, but if it dumps even more, you will see definitely some kind of extreme levels of fear kicking in, and that might be buying point where we are looking to buy something. Now this can also be fear is 10, fear is 20, 30, 40, 50. We maybe slowly we are rising towards the upside. You cannot push fear below 30. Maybe this is the bottom of the fear. Let's make fear 70% and then pump. Yeah, so right now over here there was extreme fear at 10, right, and down here it was at 20. We're looking at some kind of 30, but right now it's only 30, so we are not quite at these levels down here, or these levels, so there is still some kind of hoping going on that this might reverse. Now this level that I have outlined, 55.7, is a very important level. It's a weekly time frame. Let me show you up here. Let me clean up everything up here nicely. So there are on any kind of chart, there are a lot of support and resistance levels, and of course this one being here at 60,000, very important level. We crossed that on the downside. Right now we are dumping. We got another support down here that we do not want to break, because if we break this support here, when it comes to horizontal levels, we literally broke everything, because you don't have any more horizontal levels up here that you can break. Literally everything is broken towards downside. So this is the last level before we actually go have a next resistance at support at 51,000. So if we break this level at 55,007, we might look at some kind of 51 level targets down here, all the way down here. We got some immediate support not immediate support, but on a weekly time frame, we got the 20 moving average at 50,000. So 50,000, 51,007. Those are decent supports. And also we got some very nice support here at 100 moving average that might kick in before we get 51 level. But this 53 level also corresponds very nicely with this bottom down here. So 53 level bottom down here, the 100 moving average. And what you'll also notice is that previous time when we went towards downside, we got support at this 100 level very nicely, nice support on 100 level. So right now, if you do go downstairs, the first level I'm looking at is $53,000. $53,000 and this 100 moving average down here. It's only after we break that we can be looking at some kind of 51 or 50 levels down here. There is some kind of probability of 49 levels, maybe even some kind of 45 down here at 200 moving average. But to get down there, it's we're gonna have a lot of daily videos, Bitcoin videos before we get to those levels. Now, that said, this level, of course, very important level, cannot break down through that level. Let's pull up some indicators up here. First, we'll start talking about the RSI. The RSI is technically right now still going towards the upside. Okay, so technically right now we are still going towards the upside, even though price is going towards the downside. But so the price is going down, RSI is going up. That's our RSI divergence. It's a bullish divergence. It should pump us to our upside. Now, the thing to notice over here and not be run ahead of the train is that these RSI divergences, they are laggy indicators, so you do not actually know whether this is actually confirmed or not until they actually finish. What do you need to confirm this? You need 2 green days in a row. So you need this candle to be green and you need next candle to be green as well. And then you can say that, okay, that is definitely, RSI bullish divergence. But by the time you see 2 green candles, the price might already be up here at the top and, the divergence might already have play out. So the RSI is not very helpful in that respect, looking for some kind of bottom or something like that. It is nice to figure out when the, price and RSI are going together, but it's not actually useful to looking at some kind of divergences and could be calling divergences, at least not on the big time frame, because it just takes too long time. You need 2 entire days up here to confirm the divergence, and that's, by that time, it's already over, right? So RSI is not helping us a lot, especially if we fall down here further. There will be no divergence whatsoever, and that's what that can be some kind of bearish scenario right now. The big problem with Bitcoin price, and you can remember down here, not last time, but when we were going towards downside down here, we said, okay, this is some kind of bottom. We should get some kind of a dead cat bounce at least, and that's what we got. We got a dead cat bounce, guys. We got a dead cat bounce, and this is a problem up here. So it wasn't a problem until we got to this up here, but right now it is a problem because we are getting rejected by the moving averages. So just because you are dropping straight through certain kinds of supports, you need to retest resistances as resistances, because if you just have gone right through this, there is no problem. So any kind of impulsive move to the downside has an impulsive move towards the upside, where you test certain levels, and if you get rejected by those levels, that's when actually the problems here start kicking. Now, unfortunately, the problems kicked in right over here because we cannot get back above the 50 moving average on the daily time frame, and that means more downside. Not only that, we closed below the previous low down here, so we got some kind of lower low. So not only are we getting rejected by the 50 moving average, we got a lower low as well, which is kind of man, come on, give us a break. Unfortunately, we are not getting a break, and we are looking to even go even down further. So the people with some kind of hopium might think this is some kind of inverse head and shoulders, and we have been talking about that. Let me just go to this chart up here. I changed a little bit this hopium because previously it was something like this up here. So we are hoping that this inverse head and shoulders will play out down here. It was some kind of bottom, and then we got a big pump towards the upside all the way to the resistance up here. Unfortunately, we got rejected, close below 10 and 20 moving average up here and straight down. So this this inverse head and shoulders, at least the way we drew it last time, is not playing out. Is not playing out. Now there's still hopium that it will play out, because we still haven't created a lower low. So this was some kind of low, and you can see down here we are still not below that level. So as long as we are not below 55.8 and closed down here, technically speaking, this right shoulder is below this head over here, and technically we are still in some kind of you know, inverse head and shoulders pattern. Unfortunately, it is very weak. So you know, I do hope this plays out, and I do hope we don't fall down further. But you know, we are not putting our money on the hope right now. So what we are putting our money on right now is on tech analysis, and this might be some kind of double bottom down here. It needs to hold these levels. It needs to break certain levels to give us some kind of bullishness. Now, if you go to if you go to the 4-hour time frame, so what is it gonna take for us to get a very bullish? And that's the only thing that's you know, that's gonna help us is getting above this this line up here. This line up here, that's the only thing. Doesn't matter how high you get up here, you know, doesn't matter how big a pump you get. Like over here we had the huge pump. I think this was a couple of percent pump. Yeah, this was like a 4% pump. Imagine getting a 4% pump and then getting wrecked on the downside right after that, and then to the downside getting like some kind of 6% to the downside. So 4% up, 6% down in a matter of what's that, within 8 hours. Insane moves. There's definitely a lot of bearishness pushing us towards downside right now, and we are seeing you know, I don't like, especially these two candles over here, I don't like very much, because these two candles shows a lot of bearishness in the market right now. Like we tried this 2 times. This is the first time up here. I don't know if you remember, went down straight up, very bullish candle, just to the resistance, cannot break the resistance up here, cannot break the resistance right down. And this was the second try with a big candle towards the upside, cannot break the resistance, close below the moving averages, right down to the support. Right now we're going back up again to the moving averages, right down to the support. So we are getting crushed towards the support on the downside, and it doesn't offer a lot of bullishness right now in the market. So the way I see it, this isn't very bullish, the you know, short term. That's why, you know, I made it entitled short-term danger, and not like, you know, long-term investment advice or something like that. It's short-term danger. I see X-ray bullish divergence in the 4-hour. So the only way this is gonna be bullish is if we somehow climb above this line. There is no other way to say it. You gotta climb above the line. You gotta close above the line. Right now that line is gonna be above this 50 moving average. So maybe it's above some kind of 50 moving average. You know, some kind of hopium is gonna kick in. But you know, first thing first, you gotta climb above this line up here. That's the only way you're gonna regain the bullishness. Let me see up here if there is any kind of yeah, so bullishness above this line, up here above us, you know, 62, 63, you know, you're really pushing it. Maybe even something like this. Yeah, this looks like a goddamn channel. But I think this line down here, let's pull, you know, because this was the first trend. This is the second trend. It's also slow. It's still gonna be 20-50 moving average, give or take. This 50 moving average, this yellow line up here, got to be crossed eventually. You know, you can see that. But this line, you know, that's the only way you're gonna get bullish. It doesn't matter how much up here, you know, whatever here happens. You know, this is the bullish part. You gotta get above the line, and the bearish part. If you break the 55.7 on the downside, I think that can be quite bad, and we might see some kind of 53 levels. 51 levels, depends on how high down it goes. But we got pretty decent support at 53.7, because that was the 100 moving average previously that held us as support. After that it's 51.7, and then 55, 50.8, you know, whatever. So on the downside, this downside is limited right now. The way I see it, that's like 4% down, 8% up here, like something like 10% towards the downside. It can definitely go, although limited. I don't think we're gonna, you know, continue, you know, down to the dump without any kind of pullback again. That's gonna happen. So even if you drop downside, I think we're gonna have a big move towards the upside, another dead cat bounce or whatever you want to call it. But you know, I would like that this support holds. Now, will this support hold or not? That depends. there is definitely some kind of some kind of probability of some kind of W pattern down here, double bottom pattern to hold, but we still gotta get above the line. This line is everything. This line is everything. This is, here you are bullish, here you are bearish, BB both sides, but bearish, bullish, however you want to look at it, and you do not want to fall below this line. 55 point, that's a 55.9 or something like that. You do not want to 55.7, you don't want to fall below that. And right now we are getting pushed in. On the small time frames, you also see that we are getting pushed even on the small time frames towards the downside. So I think it's only a matter of time before we actually get it squeezed down. So it's gonna be one of these things, because if we can manage to hold this level down. Now this kind of has happened before, or when you got some kind of level up here, you try, but if you fail to try it, fail to break like 10 times, you go up. That's how these things works, right? So right now what we are doing is we are trying. Now the more you try it and you more fail to break, these moving averages will come down, you'll jump on the moving averages, you will jump above the line, everything will be good, and will be climbing towards the sky. But right now it does look a little bit scary on the downside. This 1 hourly time frame still hugging the line at very all the way down here. See here, this is the let's go to 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart also kicking on the downside. Now on the 5-minute chart there was an interesting pattern up here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart, and you might be asking, hey man, why are you looking at a 5-minute chart? Because this bottom up here was the second bottom after the first one. And let's move this one here. So this was some kind of rising wedge up here. You can see the rising wedge up here. We broke out the rising wedge, and the breakout the rising wedge is actually the bottom of the wedge. So we are at the bottom where we should have been right now, hitting so this 5-minute pattern did play out all the way to the bottom down here. It really is hard to say what's gonna happen next up here. This looks like maybe some kind of expanding channel here on the 5-minute chart. Let's see up here, maybe some kind of expanding channel, give or take. So we might eventually get out of it on the upside, but it's 5-minute it's 5-minute chart. It's 5-minute chart, just like this pattern up here. It's 5-minute chart. It plays out pretty fast. It's not really that interesting. The most interesting thing that's happening is the 4-hourly right now, and that's the 55.7. You break the 55.7 to the downside, what's gonna happen? So I cannot tell you, with very much certainty whether we're gonna break on the downside or go towards the upside. Cold 50-50 or whatever you want to call it. Phantom is doing nicely, 13-14% towards the upside. But to be bullish doesn't matter. You need to hold the support. You need to get above this level up here. If you break on the downside, I'm looking at 53 level down here, 53 level. So and if you do that, the biggest problem here breaking this level down here on the downside is that if Bitcoin breaks this to the downside, it's not that big of a dump. It's like 3.77% dump. The problem comes with a lot of altcoins, because a lot of altcoins are sitting on the support, big supports and very low supports. And if Bitcoin breaks 3.77% towards the downside, what's going to happen with all the altcoins? What's going to happen with the altcoins that are sitting on support? Because they cannot just, Bitcoin cannot go down 3.77% without altcoins doing, 0.02%, because they are sitting on the support. So if everything starts breaking support, I think a lot of people are going to, start panicking around. I think so. So I would like to hold the support, that's the best case scenario. So we're going to see how this actually plays out. But if you do break on the downside, I think you can look for, I think you'll see a lot of red altcoins bleeding, definitely on the downside. We are not yet there. We still need to break the 55.7, but when that comes, that comes. Anyways guys, let's see the poll that we just had. Fear or greed? Fear 43%, extreme fear 21%. So definitely more extreme, definitely more fear than greed right now. No more dump possible. 10-day continue bloodbath in because please dump AVAX, I need to buy. I think AVAX has pulled back a little bit. No, it pulled back. It was at 134. Right now, IVX is at 129, so it did pull back a little bit. Yeah, IVX is actually breaking a very important level of support down here, so it might do something like this. You know, right now, this on the 4-hourly, you know, in this big pump towards the upside is also definitely broken. So right now, it's going through consolidation phase. So you just might get your, you know, get your wish killed. Great. Fear or greed? Fear 42%, extreme fear 20%, greed 18%, extreme greed 70%. So greed is around 35%, and then you got 75, 60. How can it be 20, 35%, and 65% should be fear, but you know, the rest is 62%, so 3% is gone. I don't know where 3% went. The poll is, you know, kind of off. Doesn't matter. 62% is in fear right now, so you know that might indicate that we are at some kind of bottom. But you know, we never. The thing about bottoms, we know where the support lines are, and you know, it's easy to say that we are at bottom because we are at support, but you are not at the bottom until you get some confirmation that the bottom is in. And the only way to get confirmation is to get some kind of pattern, like over here, we get some kind of 4-hourly double bottom. That's nice, but you know, you need to bounce up here, and only way for this to confirm this one up here is to get above this level up here at 56. You know, so only up here this pattern will be confirmed. So it's really, you know, risk takers, you know, again traders, what they do, they see important levels of support, they figure out what's the probability to hold that support, and they, you know, long the support. Now if it goes down, they exit the trade because, you know, their analysis was wrong, you know, but they do not they do not wait for confirmation for the bullishness, you know, to enter the trade. They enter the trade on the supports and they short the trade on the resistance up here, right? But if the trade goes with them, you know, that's nice, but if it doesn't, they exit the trade pretty fast. So that's the way I see it. So right now I think there are a lot of people going long on this support up here and hoping it will hold, and I actually do hope it will hold, but you know, you never know if it is something you will hold or not. If we go on the downside, bad. If we go up upside, good, right? If you try to pick bottoms, you get smelly fingers. Sometimes smelly fingers are okay. Why are some altcoins like Atom outperforming BTC and beating the bears when most other altcoins like BTC are down? Because there will always be some coins that are outperforming other, you know, BTC, always, everything. Cadena is ready for a big pump, don't miss out. Now Cadena is actually going through a consolidation phase. It pumped a lot and right now it's done. Maybe it's gonna pump again because I've seen a lot, you know, talk about, you know, Cadena, you know, ecosystem and Cadena, you know, coins that are gonna come out. But right now Cadena is minus 3.5%. It is on the daily time frame below 10 and 20 moving average. It might pump a little bit up here, but you know, definitely right now going for some kind of hitting this support up here. Whether this support is gonna hold or not, kind of hard to say, but you know, it's definitely not pumping right now. I mean, it is going towards this support down here. If it breaks support, you got like 200 moving average down here on the 4-hourly. You got a 50 moving average all the way down here at $10 or something like that. But you know, it's no longer in a very strong option. You see, this was a very strong option because it you know, it didn't cross below the 10 moving average. It just continued pumping towards the upside here very nicely, but right now it came up to some kind of top. There is divergence up here. I don't know how to look at it. Yeah, there's big divergence up here. You know, price is going down below moving averages. Yeah, it's done. It might FTM dumping or pumping. Wow, FTM was up at 13%. What happened, man? It was a 5% pump or something like that. Wow, it was first, you know, big pump that was 10% pump, and right now you got 10% dump. Good luck trying to, you know, leverage trade that. I don't know how they do it, but you know. Insane moves, guys, insane moves. You can see here, like, everything gets crushed to the ground right now. Ethereum right now also doesn't look that good. You know, Ethereum had a big move towards the upside. I'm gonna show you up here. Ethereum had a big move towards the upside. It was just climbing this, you know, towards the upside. Broke down here, hit some kind of support here. You know, went up there, got rejected by the moving average, is back below the support. So right now, Ethereum is back below the 50 moving average 2 times in a row in a very short span of time. And right now, it's not actually climbing back up again. So if we close down here somewhere, anywhere down here, and start going below the levels down here at 40k, we might see lower levels on Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, let's see here, Ethereum, does it has any kind of divergence or anything that might actually help? No. Up here, as the worst, we pushed us a little bit up. So, you know, right now going towards downside. I would say these levels down here at 3,996, give or take 4,000 levels. If we fall back below that, that's gonna be kind of messy. Don't want to do that. You know, don't want to do that. Let's see weekly moving averages, where are the 10 moving averages in the ballpark area down here, but you know, that's still 1 day of these lines. Yeah, it's everything is in the ballpark. Everything is in the ballpark area. You can see here. So basically basically these lines, you don't want to go down below this. Okay, you don't want to go below this, because going below this is kind of sad. You go below that, you break a very important level of support. If you cannot hold that support, you break a very important level of support. So what am I going to say about this? We're going to say that, you know, if Ethereum can actually break towards the upside, you know, hold support up here and break back above, you know, back above the moving average again, I think that's going to be very, very bullish move. But unfortunately, right now we're just testing the support. Just like Bitcoin is testing the support, everything is testing the support right now. 70k by December 3rd. I'm not quite sure about that right now. We need to check it out. We still got 7 days, 14 days left, so we're gonna see. BTC holding alts down. BTC holding. I think Plan B 98 is now invalidated. I don't think it invalidated just yet. How much do we have to go on Plan B? So Plan B had this this idea that you know, we're gonna go certain amounts towards the upside. Now he said 63,000 by end of November, by October, right up here, 63,000, which is very nice. He hit the target, but the next target is by the end of November. It's 93, I think, 97, 93, right? Which was 98 up here. Okay, so it, you know, going up here right now, it is kind of unbelievable. So I don't think we're gonna get that target up there. There was still some kind of hope a couple of days, you know, before up here that we might do that, because previously, you know, we did some kind of 54% moves, you know. But right now, if we do 54% move, but that was in 15 days, right? That was up here. Like there was still hope. There was still hope up here that we're gonna do a 55% move towards the upside. Like it would be the ballpark area, which would have been nice, you know, and the Plan Bs would have come to fruition. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And we went more down. So right now, it is very unlikely that we're gonna hit 98k. So I don't think 98k is unfortunately happening. Let's see the most volatile move. I think this is over here is the most volatile move, but even this is 128% within how many 11th. Yeah, it took like 1 month's time, and this is like the parabolic move towards the upside. 1 month 128 says, so there is no way we can hit how much percent do we need towards the upside right now? We need 76% in how many days? We need, let's say 70% in 6 days. Now, I don't want to, you know, let's see here, 70% is 6 days. Where is the most volatile crap happening here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 52% in 6 days. Like, but this is, you know, this is the, you know, most volatile, you know, ending of the pump up here as well. Maybe there is some kind of hope. Let's see here, down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 20%. Now let's see the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe from over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 46%. Nah, not over. Maybe over here. Maybe there is something like over here. It looks like very, very volatile. I mean, it's hoping like from bottom down here to the top. 80% in 3 days. It can happen, guys. There is still hope. 80% in 3 days can actually happen, guys. From the bottom to the top, 80% in 3 days can happen. So, so now that we have, you know, we see that it is possible during the, you know, ending phases of parabolic move, you know, with the mass adoption and of mainstream, you know, I don't know if that's the case over here, but, you know, in 3 days, 1 to 3 days, 80%, it is possible, guys. It's not just hopium, but you know, it is theoretically possible. So 80% in 3 days, it might be something, you know, take it for whatever you can, you know. Theoretically it is possible. It has happened before, and you know, if it has happened before, why not again? Now the chart looked a little bit different. It was going like straight up, so it just need to continue a little bit more up. Unfortunately not kind of that kind of you know, parabolic move right now. We kind of more like down, 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 you know, so take that. Now, that said, you know, there might, is this rising wedge, guys? Is this the rising wedge? I wonder if this is the rising wedge. I wonder if this is the rising wedge. The rising wedge of failure. I'm gonna say it's a rising wedge, guys. I'm gonna call it. I don't know. It is kind of scary. It is kind of scary, you know, and that's why I'm saying, you know, if we fall on downside, it does not look good. But you know, 53,000 before some kind of pump. It is, you know, in the realm of possibility right now. This rising wedge does kind of look a little bit shady. Maybe should be something like this up here, give or take. But it is kind of steep. It is kind of steep, so. Take for what we have. 77k, I sell it all. That's the problem. How are we gonna get to 77k? You know, before everybody say, oh man, I'm gonna sell everything at 150k. No problem. As soon as we hit 150, I'm not gonna wait to 250. As soon as we hit 150k, I'm selling everything, right? And then you know the price doesn't go the way you want it to go. So everybody's like, you know what? At 120, I'm selling at 120 because you know I know the 250 is hopium. So you know, but you know 150 is realistic. But I'm gonna sell a little bit for that, so 120, selling everything, man. Gonna be nice. It's not as good as 150, but you know, I'm gonna be happy with 120. So then you know, people are like, man, this is still not going the way it's supposed to go. You know what? I'm gonna sell a 90. You know, because you know Benjamin Coleman, everybody say talking about these logarithmic lines, the regression lines and stuff like that, previous stops and stuff like that, and they say like between 90 and 120, that's the sweet spot. So you know what, I'm not gonna wait 120, I'm gonna sell at 90. I'm gonna sell at 90, I'm gonna sell it all, I'm gonna be first to sell. But you know, this time I'm gonna be the one guy that takes the profit, you know, and then I'm gonna laugh at everybody that didn't take profit at 120 because it's gonna hit like 110 or something like that, you know, they're gonna miss the top. But I'm gonna be the first to sell in profit. So you know, at 90 I'm gonna sell. And then you know, people are like, man, what if you don't hit 90? Like right now it's like really hard to hit 90. Like it's rising wedge, like double top on 60s, 65k and stuff like that. Like, man, what happened? Okay, you know what, forget about it. Let's just get 70k. At 70k I'm selling everything because you know you know, I bought high, so 70k it's like 5k above where I bought. You know, I bought at 65k, so 5k above where I bought. You know, 70k I can sell everything, and you know, I'm gonna be fine. You know, house is still gonna be there. You know, not gonna go into some kind of debt or anything. Like 70k, no problem. I'm gonna get at 70k. Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna wait for 90 and 120k. Not, you know, not the 120k is happening, but 90k, come on, you know. 70k, I'm selling at 70k, right? And what's happening right now is like, man, are we gonna hit 70k? Are we gonna hit 70k again, man? We were up here at 68.7. That's pretty close to 70k, man, and you didn't sell. You didn't sell. So you know what's gonna happen. So you know, people are lowering the targets right now. So that's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, the more fear we have in market, you know, the bigger probability that we're gonna do the move towards the upside. Patience is a virtue. So. This definitely looks like some kind of rising wedge up here. This might have been some kind of, you know, double top up here at however you want to look at it, one time, you know, two time towards downside. If you break this on the downside, because right now we are sitting at the very support here, so you know it will start to look kind of bad, because you cannot move this line I mean, you can move this line down here, and maybe it's some kind of channel. It corresponds really nicely with this 53 level. So if we do go down, we might hit the blue line again, you know, but below the 53 level, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. So we don't want to go below 53 level down here. 53 level down here, the blue line, the 100 moving average, that needs to hold, because if it doesn't hold, not even. DXY is almost macro topped. Chill about, yeah. The DXY also is right now going pretty close to what our target for the DXY is. It's almost going parabolic towards the upside right now. So it is very close to top. It's either a 96.7 or 97.4. One of these two levels is gonna get hit. So what we are, you know, some kind of hopium up here. Rising wedge flag seems to say downwards afterwards. Yeah, rising wedge flag. Yeah, rising wedge seems, you know, down. But in strong bull markets, it tends to, you know, break to the upside. Morning SED is pumping again. Yeah, but SED was expected to pump, but it's not pumping that much. Where is it? SED is up 7%. It just, I can show you what I think about SED in a second, Shane. So this up here is going towards the upside. 96, 97 up here. So you know the hopium is that this is going to crash back into the moving averages, and once you get this crash, then we get, you know, the 70, 80, 90, 100k move towards the upside. You know. So that's what we are hoping for when it comes to DXY. When it comes to S&P 500, we broke out of this huge wedge towards the upside. We broke on the downside. Right now we went up, tested the resistance as testing the support as resistance, and I'm seeing that this can actually go towards downside. Now when it's gonna happen, I don't know, but you know, it's not a good move. It's not, definitely not a good move. The same thing happened with the Dow Jones index. We got a big support line up here. We broke on downside, we went up to the line, and right now we're looking to break on the downside again. So definitely stock market doesn't look that in that good shape. DXY going up. The only hopium we have is like the next move towards downside here, you know, that can push the price of Bitcoin towards the upside again. Sand is not pumping. I mean, yes, theoretically sand is up 70%, but after, you know, 200%, you know, this is nothing. What's happening with sand is a little bit overextend towards the upside, and it is going a little bit, what is the daily time frame? It is going inside these divergences up here. I'm going to show you up here. There is divergence after divergence. Now this divergence is confirmed. This is not confirmed, but you know, it's still the divergence up there, and you got also the volume. You know, we are climbing up here, but volume is going down, and there are other indications right now that you know the momentum is going towards downside as well. So this move up here I don't think you can get another one of these moves up here on the sand again. So I think sand is finished right now. I think probably like something like TLM. TLM is right now TLM is also one of these gaming coins, so I don't know how much it's gonna go up or what's gonna happen, but you know, can go to upside. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, sure. But it looks better than sand. At least it looks better than sand, because there are no divergences on the daily or anything like that. Like there is no crazy warning signals right now, right? And it's going up with the volume up here. It's maybe needs some kind of small pullback up here before next big move towards the upside. You know, but it looks better than sand. I mean, there is so much other. Actually, there is not so much other stuff that looks better than sand, but you know, it's nice that something looks better than sand. Crypto Kirby to the moon. Where's Crypto? It's in the chat now. And the large crypto YouTube channels. Theo, what did Theo say? And when people don't see the instant pump like their night dreams are expecting, they get scared. Yeah. So, is there anything else we should mention about Bitcoin right now? Not really. 4 hourly. Let's see 4 hourly. Maybe we should keep on watching in 5-minute chart until we actually dump. We can not even you know, get above the 20 moving average on the 5-minute chart up here. So it's pretty close down here to breaking, you know, breaking some levels on the downside. Maybe you should just watch it until we break. I said the Bitcoin looks very clean on the weekly time frame. Clear option. Yeah. On big time, on short term, like that, look at the title, short term danger, because we see that if we drop right now through the 55,000, we are looking some kind of 53,000. It is definitely danger. It is definitely something that can happen. We can drop down to 53,000 on the weekly time frame. Let's clean up a bit. Let's analyze the weekly time frame a little bit. What you're gonna see here at the previous week, we managed to stay above the 10 moving average up here, which is very nice. Today we are falling down through that, and we do not want to close below 10 moving average. First of all, because you are closing below some of these levels up here, and the second is because you're closing below 10 moving average. Still got something like 5 days left, so this can of course continue towards the upside. We might get some kind of spring down here, but it's not that optimistic right now. So we're gonna see how that this actually goes. Fortunately for us, there is no divergence on the weekly time frame or anything like that. Still above all the moving average, still going towards the upside. Sweet Lou, $2, appreciate you. Thanks, man, appreciate you as well. And you can see here that this top up here, it is some kind of double top. Like you gotta acknowledge it is some kind of double, and this is some kind of fake out towards the upside where we go down. So although it does not look that good, it doesn't look that bad either. Although it doesn't look that bad, it doesn't look that good either. So are we at some kind of double top? It can be some kind of double top. Like you cannot deny that this might be some kind of double top. Like you never know how this is gonna play out, right? This is some kind of rising wedge up here. It is some kind of rising wedge. Can we say it's some kind of rising wedge? Maybe not like this. Maybe something like this. It is really weird rising wedge. It's a channel. It's a channel at best. It's better, maybe channel. Let's try to find some kind of a. You know what? Let's not try to find stuff. Let's not try for some. But it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look that bad because we closed above the 10 moving average up here. This candle doesn't matter because it's still 5 days left, so this can just pump towards the upside. So the only thing that matters right now is the daily and 4 hourly and time frames and stuff like that right now, short term, to see how this actually gonna play out. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart up here. See how we're doing on the 5-minute chart. Because if 5-minute chart breaks up here below these levels down here at 55.8, right now getting pushed. So we don't actually have that long left. Like this 20 moving average is going straight down here. So soon we gotta break the 20 moving average to the upside. If we fail to break the 20 moving average up here, we're gonna break the support. So it's either the 20 moving average or the support. Like it cannot go any other way. It cannot go backwards, right? Some people call it a failed breakout already. It might be. I'm like, come on, just dump already, then we can get on with it. I think from the bear flag, target around 57, but a lot of support and buy orders of 53, 52 will kick in. We'll see. We right now, people, it's a fear market, so maybe somebody's accumulating this. Has the 8 ball been caught lying yet? Yes, it has been technically, not actually technically, but yeah, why you tease me with Italian George? Do you know your things? I hope I know my things. I hope I know my things. So let's see if there is anything else of interest. How is the Phantom doing right now? Phantom still, 5-minute chart fake out towards the upside. That was a big fake out. I don't know what happened with Phantom, man. Like there was a lot of build up on the volume up here and then just explode towards the upside. Suddenly somebody started buying Phantom, so maybe that's a good news, right? This while BTC pumps to all-time high and then flips again and bear. You think? Let's hope. Like that's hoping. Like that's what we're looking for. Still inside the larger rising channel. Let's analyze the channel a bit here on Bitcoin, and let's first, what I'm seeing up here, is important levels like this one. Let's do it on monthly. Let's do it on the monthly because monthly is less data up here. Let's do it on BLX chart up here because we got more data up here, so it's nicer, right? So what we're gonna do is, you know, find some hopium in something that might hold. It's not this one. It's not this one up here. I think we went too far. I think we went too far. Let's use this one. So this is one of the big important lines that we broke on the downside down here, and then went down. Right now we retested the same thing up here again a couple of times and then moved towards downside. So we need, you know, to break that. But what we can do with this information is we can use, let's remove this for a second, and we can use channels, this one. Let's see the channels up here. It's very important to be precise when it comes to channel. It is in ballpark area, I think. It seems a little bit off. It seems a little bit off. Let's extend a little bit more. Down here, maybe. Nah. It's too much. It doesn't seem to. I don't know. Seems like, oh, it seems okay-ish. Yeah, maybe it's it. Maybe this is it. So maybe we are sitting at some kind of support down here also when it comes to channels as well. Let's see how this looks on the daily time frame. Maybe we see it a little bit clearer. I think this is, you know what, we're gonna change it a little bit. We're gonna change it a little bit and say these are the channels. And we're gonna go back to weekly time frame and we're gonna change the channels a little bit towards the upside. Yeah, this is a lot nicer. I don't know. Let's go to daily, see what's happening on the daily time frame. Maybe this one. Let's try it again. Let's try it again to the weekly time frame and zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, this seems better. This seems better because it yeah, give or take, because this one, this top, this bottoms, yeah, this channel seems nice. I like this channel. Let's use these channels, man. It's okay. I don't like it's breaking down here. It's keeping up. It seems fine. So we had some kind of bottom channel down here because you can see this previous previous top up here. Right now we have the same same channel up here, but we didn't even manage to get it 73 up here where we were previously because this channel is a rising channel, right? But we are definitely some kind of support. Now this support goes all the way down some kind of 42 levels, so we don't want to do that. Too complicated stuff. Bear market confirmed. Not yet. I sold everything last night. I'm done. Sometimes that might be relaxing. Looks good. We are still in the middle. We're going to zero. 5 minutes about 20 MA pullback. Oh, is it? Let's see that. Let's see the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it might be some kind of, you know, first sign of strength up here. Nice move towards the upside. Let's see up here. Yeah, it just broke everything towards the upside, so it's nice. So this downtrend over here is done, but this downtrend is just this first short-term downtrend. I would say this is a big. I think we're gonna disregard this big pump up here. And just look at this downtrend over here. So it needs to get above the, what's that? Let's go to 20 moving average on the 1 hourly. So this short-term dump down here is done, but right now we're getting pulled back up here. You know, if we can get back above the 1 hourly 20 moving average up here again, that might be, you know, nice, you know, interesting double bottom on the 30-minute chart down here as well. You can get up here. So small steps. Oh, nice pumps are legit. 0.03. I'm all in on ultra. What do you think about it, TA? The trend is your frenemy till it's your friend. If you call this the bear market, yeah, it's too early to call it for bear market. It didn't break any kind of important levels. Bank Cohen theory about extended cycle is compelling. What do you think about it? It also correctly predicts the big drop of crypto around April. Thanks to him, I sold some that time. No, he definitely might have something in it, but you know, it's pumping for you. Oh man, look at the pumps, man. Look at the pumps. Pump the market with our buy signal. So it's just 5-minute pump, guys, just 5-minute pump, but you know, it's enough that gives us a small, you know, hopium up here. It still needs to get above certain levels, you know. It is a nice pump, and this is what this is what these pumps over here is what telling me that there is definitely a lot of bullishness in the market. So I definitely see this, you know, going towards the upside if it can manage, you know, to push through, because you know there is a lot of buying coming in, especially these two pumps up here. So if this just continues towards the upside, maybe that's it, guys. Maybe we are at bottom. Maybe that's why I see a lot of bullishness, a lot of, you know, it feels like the price is being pushed towards downside more than it's actually dropping to the downside. I think it's being pushed because I see a lot of people, you know, suddenly coming in and buying stuff. Thanksgiving is like weekend, crazy dumps. Don't trust until normal business days. Yeah, also the right now it's some kind of a holiday in America, US. So holding this level right now, this can take time. I don't think it's gonna happen now. Like we said, guys, like we said, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and clear up. There are two levels we do not wanna, there's one level we do not wanna fall below, and that's around, it's actually around down here, around something like, okay, let's put it down here on the 55,006. Let's put it 55,006, nice round number. We don't wanna get below this level down here. We don't want to get below this level down here, and we want to get, you know, get above this level up here. Okay, so right now this level is wherever this line is, right? It's 50 moving average down here. Down here is gonna be something like 59.2. You cannot see it. Maybe shoot this one. You know, depends on where we hit it, right? You get the point. Yeah, between 59 and 58 or something like that. So for bullishness to kick back in, we wanna get above this line. Bearishness is below 55.6, I think. Investors showed earlier today the amount of USDC was up to 1.2 billion less than people are ready to buy. He's just, Yeah, so the best thing to know long term what's gonna happen next, I think, is watching the on-chain analysis. Guys that are doing the on-chain analysis, that are, you know, trying to figure out when whales are buying and selling and accumulating and stuff like that, you know, that might be the best way to figure out whether this is gonna go. But this is just a short-term analysis. We only thing we are, you know, we want to know is if this is gonna break the downside, this is gonna break the upside. We are not saying we are entering some kind of bear or bull market or anything like that. 4L chart looks double bottom bullish. Yeah, I mean, it could be double bottom or triple bottom or quadruple bottom. Alice ready for a breakout? Unfortunately not. Alice hit some kind of top, and right now it's you know, pulling back. See here, top at 24.64. So right now it's having a pullback. It might, you know, it might break up later, but right now there is divergence up here on the 4-hourly time frame. Let's see the daily. Not much on daily. It looks good, but you know, it needs to break levels up here at the top. You can see here. So it went exactly on the dollar up to 24.6 or something like that. Right now it's having a pullback. So whether it's gonna be pullback, you know, it's not ready to break out, but you know, it's up there. So pure TA is just charts tell all. Maybe. Sand just keep on pumping. Sand is up 7%, so I wouldn't say 6%. It was 7% earlier, so it's not actually just keep on pumping. You know, that's kind of hopium. Eagle just keep on pumping, unfortunately. Now that will likely die down, we can move further up. So now okay guys, that's it. I don't have anything much more to say. Let's see up here. Weekly time frame is only gonna, you know, suck big time when you break this level down here. So, you know, technically we are still in uptrend, right? It's only gonna suck when we break 51 level. If we break 51 level, then it's bad, but that's also the 50 moving average up here. So that's what I'm looking at least. Is there a way to draw this another way? Here, something like this. Yeah, give or take. Yeah, 50k. It's only when you break 50 macro, when it talks about macro, it's only when you break 50k down here that, you know, things start to look very, very bearish, right? Because you are breaking this huge trend towards the upside right now. But it also might be this, guys. It also might be this, that we are trying to break the this triangle up here, and you know, once we break the triangle, we continue towards the upside. So until we break the trend down here, nothing is actually given, right? Nothing is done. So if you break the trend on the downside, then, you know, all hell is gonna break loose. That's below 50,000, give or take. Yeah, right, this week that's below 50,000. So if you break below 50,000 this week, that's gonna, you know, when it comes to macro, that's gonna be a big thing. If we close below 50,000 down here. Sweet loot, $2. Thanks. That's our channel line. So technically we're still just, you know, just climbing. We're gonna see how this, you know, so technically, you know, short term might be a little bit bearish, but long term there is no problem until we break like below 50k. Once we're below 50k, that's when, you know, all hell breaks loose. TLM, yeah, TLM looks nice. TLM looks good. Nice call, man. Yeah, there will something come. We'll see that. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button on the way out. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Hit the notifications button if you didn't get notifications for a video. And, you know, see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Not quite sure how long this is gonna take, but you know, it needs to do some serious pumpage. 5-minute chart, maybe 50 moving average up here. We're gonna see that. Anyways, that's it, guys.